Thank you for joining me for Understanding the Cloud, Introduction to Google Drive, Part 1. My name is Zoe Mills, and I am the Adult Programming and Community Outreach Librarian at Tredyffrin Public Library. Before we jump into the presentation, I have one housekeeping item. Remember, at the end of the day, you get to decide how you utilize Google's free cloud services. My goal during this webinar is to inform you in an unbiased way about Google's cloud services. Only you can determine if cloud computing or Google Drive can be beneficial for you. What is the cloud and how does it work? The cloud is used for storing and accessing data and programs over the internet. Note, the cloud is not your hard drive or your physical computer. To make use of the cloud, you need to access your data over the internet. When using the cloud, you are accessing data on servers that are provided by a corporation, like Google. By agreeing to a user-end agreement or paying for cloud services, you are giving permission to the corporation to store your data with the understanding that you can access it at any time and from anywhere. Why use the cloud or Google Drive? The primary reason is for file storage. Most newer computers have limited hard drive space, especially more affordable laptops like Chromebooks. The cloud serves as a place to store documents, photos, and even videos without taking even 1 gigabyte up on your physical hard drive. Another reason is for file sharing. The cloud makes it easy for you to share files with multiple people at once. For example, you can share photos of your child's wedding with the whole family via Flickr, iCloud Photos, or Google Photos with 2 clicks of a button. No more downloading, uploading, and attaching hundreds of photos to an email thread. You can also use the cloud or Google Drive to back up your data. Use the cloud to back up and protect your files. If your computer is ever lost, stolen, or damaged, you are still able to recover files from the cloud. Additionally, you can access your files from any internet-capable device, like the computers at the library. Pros and cons to using the cloud. Pros. Cost. The cloud eliminates the cost of having to buy hardware and software to store your data. Popular cloud programs like Google Drive are completely free. Mobility. Your data is available 24/7, 365 days a year across any internet-capable device, like laptops, tablets, smartphones, and more. Teamwork. Most cloud programs allow for simple collaboration and projects. Team members can simultaneously work on a document or project together from different locations at different times. Updates. You don't have to worry about keeping your software or machine up to date. The cloud program automatically updates since it exists solely online. And finally, sustainability. Availability and mobility prevents excessive printing of documents and photos. Cons. Outages. Potential crashes on either end, your internet crashes, or their servers are interrupted, can cause difficulty to access your data. Internet dependent. You need to have reliable access to the internet to use the cloud to its full potential. And trust. You must trust that your provider's data centers are compliant and secured both physically and online. A recording of the full Understanding the Cloud webinar can be found on the library's YouTube channel. A brief history of Google and Google Drive. Google was founded on September 4th, 1988 by Larry Page and Sergey Brin, PhD students at Stanford University. It initially started as the Google search engine, but evolved into so much more as time went on. Today, Google offers internet services, which includes artificial intelligence, online advertising technologies, the original search engine, cloud computing, software, and hardware. Additionally, Google owns several subsidiaries, which include well-known brands like YouTube and Fitbit. Google Drive launched on April 24, 2012. It initially started as a file and storage synchronization service, but grew to include Google Apps such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. as of July 2018, Google Drive had over 1 billion active users. Getting started with a Gmail account. Please note, you will need to provide the following to create a Google account: your full name, age, gender, and location. You will also need an additional internet-capable device like a smartphone to provide two-factor verification. Steps to create an account. Step 1. Navigate to google.com, locate and select the Sign In button on the top right corner of the page. Step 2. Click Create Account and click For Myself. Step 3. Complete the sign-up form as provided. Step 4. Insert cell phone number and recovery email address if you have one. Step 5. Verify your phone number by following the steps provided. And Step 6. Read through and accept the privacy and terms of creating an account with Google. Overview of Google Drive. Google Drive is a free service from Google that allows you to store files online and access them anywhere using the cloud. Google Drive also gives you access to free web-based applications for creating documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and more. Pros for Google Drive. Most files can be stored on Google Drive and are kept safe and private, unless they are shared. Additional Google apps like Google Forms, Google Sites, and Google Keep are available for free use. And finally, you can access your Drive from anywhere at any time. Cons for using Google Drive. You will need a strong internet connection to make full use of Google Drive. You will need a Google or Gmail account to make use of their apps. And finally, potential outages can stop you from accessing your information and data. Google Drive doesn't just store your files, it allows you to create, share, and manage documents with its own productivity apps. Google Docs can be used for composing letters, flyers, essays, and other text-based files like Word. Google Sheets can be used for storing, organizing, and analyzing information like Excel. Google Slides can be used for creating slideshows like PowerPoint. And Google Forms can be used for collecting and organizing data and surveys, all of which will be covered during next week's session. Why use Google Drive? Some advantages for Google Drive include easy accessibility, sharing and collaborative capabilities, user-friendly interface, and more. It's a great free alternative to Microsoft Office like Word, PowerPoint, and Excel that can be accessed by any internet-enabled device like your desktop computer, laptop, tablet, and even smartphone. You get 15 gigabytes of storage for free, and after you reach that limit, extra storage only costs $1.99 per month for 100 gigabytes of storage. Ask yourself these questions to figure out if you want to use Google Drive. What type of files do you use on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? Where are you when you access these files? And what devices do you access them with? Can you think of any files you'd like to sync across multiple devices, like across your laptop or your cell phone? Of these files, could you use Google Drive to store them? And finally, think of a few situations when you might need to collaborate on a file with others. Let us know your thoughts. Help the library help you. Let us know what you think about the adult virtual programs you attend. The information collected within this survey will help Tredyffrin Township libraries to adapt current virtual programs or introduce new programs for adults based on the interests of the community. A link to the anonymous survey will be provided in the description below. On this slide, you will see contact information for myself as well as the libraries. Feel free to give me a call or email if you have any questions about this presentation, or if you want more assistance with Google Drive or anything related to technology, you can schedule a one-on-one tech session by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you so much for attending Understanding the Cloud, Introduction to Google Drive Part 1. I hope to see you all next week for Part 2.